they start thinking. He said, now, he spoke wonderful words, but did we hear what he said? He said, the scripture is fulfilled. And we all know that the prophet spoke of this, but this is something to come. And he's saying that now is this time, and him, is this not Joseph's son? Don't we know his brothers and sisters? And then Jesus starts saying something very interesting. He said that in the days of Elijah, there was many widows, but God only sent Elijah to one. And he said there were many leopards also, but God only sent the prophet to one. You see, there's something specific about the Lord. When God gives us to do something, he does something specifically to a people, and he goes to specific people at a specific time. And then the Lord closes the book, and they're very angry with him. They're upset with him. In fact, they're very mad. They would like to stone him. They would like to kill him, to be honest with you. And then Jesus walks away. I believe that the Lord specifically has spoken to this ministry. I think he singled it out. I believe that they're stewards. There's such a thing as a steward. A steward is one that preserves mysteries and concepts. He brings spiritual things into a practical reality. A steward is one that goes in and takes things old and things new and brings them together and show you how they're connected. You see, many people are caught up with old, but they don't understand how the old fits in with the new. And some people are so contemporary thinking they don't understand the significance of historical patterns. So a steward has to be found faithful to bring them together. And stewards are chosen of God. I believe that they're steward ministries. I think they're steward people. And I think that this cathedral and you are stewards. You're stewards. You were called of God to not only to receive, but to preserve and to transmit mysteries and concepts that have been held secret. You were called to testify in a world that's full with scoffers and mockers and doubters, unlearned and unstable people. You were called to give a practical expression to some things that people have struggled with for years. Now, we were not the only one. There were many others, but we were specifically set aside to do that. Now, because we're a steward ministry and you're a steward people, you must understand that a commendation was made to you at the beginning of this year, January 07. The Spirit of the Lord said that what you do in terms of the way you manage your past, your present, and your future will be a witness and a testimony to Protestant, Catholics, and Pentecostals alike of the grace, the mercy, and the love of God and the stewardship of you as a people. Now, that's what the Spirit of the Lord said to you as a ministry, to you as a people, a commendation. Now, you have to understand that when God commends you, that's a tremendous thing. Because a commendation from God transcends any presidential commendation. Now, I don't know what comes when the president commends you, but I can tell you what happens when the Lord commends you. God says, well done, good and faithful servants. So commendation was made to you as a people. I think because this ministry testified to the kingdom and its righteousness. You see, righteousness has to do with justice, has to do with what is right. Righteousness has to do with the ways of God. You see, righteousness has to do with what is legal and what is illegal. And when you speak of righteousness, you have to talk about the purposes and intentions of God for all creation and for you as a people. You see, God's plan for his creation and for you is that you be well, productive, whole, assured, and prosperous. And so consequently, it's illegal for you to be sick. It's illegal for you to be poor. It's illegal for you to be oppressed. It's illegal for you to have struggles. It's illegal. It's against God. It is a breaking of the law. Now, you don't break the laws of heaven without consequences. So it says that when we seek the righteousness of God, we're seeking that which is legality. Now, that's what faith does. Faith apprehends something that is legal for you. That's why the young lady said, by faith today. I didn't declare that I was sick. I declared that I was diagnosed because, see, it's illegal to be sick. So she said I was diagnosed for having that. But why does she claim healing? Because she knew it was legal. It was the plan of God. So this ministry has stood as a steward to declare that it is the will of God for the church to shine as a light. That doesn't mean that it's perfect, but it does mean that it's called. That's one thing about God. He didn't say you were perfect. He said, be perfect, try to be, but you are called. So we stood as a light to shine. So you must understand, righteousness of God must be executed in laws, in government, in institutions, and in organization. This planet is not to be run illegally. And that's what's happening today. Now, sometimes we look for a solution in government and laws, but it won't quite come that way until the church proclaims what is right. And that's why the voice of the church is always trying to be silenced. That's why everything tries to stop you from speaking. That's why things come against your mind to keep you from making the testimony of the goodness of God. That's why you have financial woes and struggles, because some